Hey there folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. In the last part, we did our gunbreaker quest, as you can see. Next up is Astrologian. So, east meets west. Top of the morning to you, Arya, or is it the evening? It's so hard to tell, locked up here in the Athenium, day and night. Alright, technically speaking, I can leave at any time of my choosing, but it is as if some strange force prevents me from stepping forth into the light. But enough of that. You are here to learn what becomes of your humble companion while you are off saving the realm. Well, since Ishgar's quite abrupt change in leadership, the Vault has become somewhat more receptive to the contemporary ideas of Lady Master Rufin. They have even asked our compatriot in disguise to hold for them another symposium on Charlatan astrology. This time within the city-state proper, and not at some forsaken hamlet. Nothing is sinister without his next of ideal. In fact, the good Rufin has foreseen your arrival in the stars and awaits you in the observatorium. The look on your face tells me you are less than convinced. Still a skeptic after all we've been through together, eh? Allow me to recreate this morning's reading. In the center of the dawn cross, we have the spear. To its left, the inverted arrow. To its right, the inverted balance. Beneath, we have the inverted spire and inverted bowl. And finally, at the crown is the ewer. Well, do you not see it? It is plain as the stench of day-old piss in the broom on the balmy summer's eve. Though peace hath settled upon our great land, it will be along the path of coming destruction that friends new and old shall discover the bush that doth bear the fruit of knowledge and hope. And to think it was you who tuned to all six heavens. In other words, she who brought peace to Ishgard. That would be you. We'll walk the road to the observatorium where, I don't know, you shall read some books with Lady Leveva to discover a new spell for delivering excruciating pain to your enemies and their families. It all sounded more convincing when she explained it to me this morning over that bottle of wine. Or was it 2 bottles? At any rate, I would suggest you make haste. You know how our little protege does not take kindly to those who make her way. It was good seeing you again, Arya, and something tells me you will be back again soon. Sorry, I can't really do a wink noise very well, so Wrong floor. Going down. Are you telling me it was long the entire time? Yes, it really was. It was really at the bottom the entire time. Friend and fellow Astrologian, it's so good to see you again. What has it been? 2? 3? Let's just say it's going to be too long. Did Jeanne speak to you of my reading? Oh well, then there is hope for that well-dressed dullard yet. Though I have learned the key to success is not trusting him with more than one task at a time. Making certain that task does not require much in the way of thinking or acting, for that matter. As for the reading, I believe it instructs as to our next step in spreading the knowledge of Master Reuben and the travelers arrived at their gates seeking succor. An ill omen. With me, Arya. Please, I can walk no further. The stars were kind in guiding you to this place. The Astrologians here have a way of easing one's hurts. Astrologians? I have no need of prophecy or prognostication. Or I could save my tongue and allow you to tend to my woods. My apologies. May you have a quick recovery, friend. In time you will come to believe the power the stars wield. Lady Lovett, Master Rufin! Arya's felicitous return inspires me to step out for a fresh air, and behold! Already does appear new adventures upon us. And here I was thinking you made the journey south to lend your talents in preparing for the forthcoming symposium. Master Rufin, or was it Lady Leveva? If I may, allow me to give you my thanks and my apologies for earlier. I have a tendency to allow your umbrella emotions to get the best of you. And that was amazing! You know what I was gonna say before I even said it! Where are my manners? I'm Kyokoho of Hingashi, a brave storm and sea to learn of the many wonders that are to be found in this magnificent realm. You already knew that, didn't you? No, I did not. Now, if you will excuse me, I must get back to, matters, which are important. Important matters? Such as astrological matters? Can you show me? I won't be a burden. I'd stand in the corner, in the shadows, behind the curtain. Well, I appreciate this somewhat forced enthusiasm. I'm afraid that won't be I was merely hoping that we might be able to share insight into each other's fields. Each other's fields? You wouldn't happen to be a geomancer, would you? A geomancer. A so-called masters of wind and water. My grandfather had his home written on the far eastern art of elemental and directional divination, though much of it seemed a little more than folklore. Layla Beba, did not the morning's reading mention that friends new and old? If Arya were the friends old, and this peculiar old man the friend new. The spear pointing west, the balance pointing east, arrow pointing in all directions, and none just might mean Hyokuho. Though it pains me to admit it pains me so to admit as much, your arrival has been foretold. Perhaps there is much that I can learn from you, nay, that we can learn from each other. Oh yeah, but there is. So you will learn the push and pull of the elements, bring together those who require companionship most. Yes, the elements. We'll have to discuss that further at another juncture. For this time being, I'm placing you in the care of my first and foremost pupil, Arya. An excellent proposal! Or, as I believe the Hinkan said, Keikaku. I dabbled a bit in the language when I was younger, but for the life of me, that ebon-haired emissary would not afford me even a sidelong glance. Then might I hazard that there is no better place to begin unlocking the secrets of the stars than under the bowl near Roots Lake? I shall even lead good Kyokuho to Southstraw myself, if Arya agrees to do the rest. After you, then. Next we meet Kyokuho, you will have opened the first gate and better understand the influence the stars hold over all of us. Safe journeys. Alright, let's go to South Shroud then. There you are. I was beginning to remember you hadn't been eaten by the hoverflies on your way here. I just. Jean-Nicolas tells me that you are quite the authority in all things relating to the bull. So enlighten me, oh honorable sensei. I am, as you Westerners say, all eyes, or was it ears? The origin. And origins believe it is from this tree planted by your gods in the very heavens that all life was born? Fascinating. So this is your bull. At Far East, we know the constellation as something different, but know it all the same. Must admit, however, that seen under a different sky than my own fills my heart with a sense of both wonderment and now confusion, knowing what it represents to your people. What I cannot wrap my head around is that you would truly believe a notion so foolish as that the power of Earth, whereby your own definition means soil, would not come from the land itself, but rather from 6 tiny lights flickering in the night sky. We students of Geomancy believe that such power naturally lies beneath our feet, ever flowing through creation, as blood does through our veins. And despite the differences in our thinking, the similarities are encouraging. All trees are born of the earth, and their protection is universal. A most thought-provoking opinion that I am certainly the Leveva will be delighted to hear, though might suggest you withhold the part about being unable to wrap your hand around our foolish notions, unless you enjoy having a steel-toed boot wedged firmly twixt your bullocks. Shall we be going then? By this hour, Lady Leveva will have already made the journey back to the Athenaeum. Speaking difficult. My thanks for taking that Hingen off my hands, and not because I think our visitor an annoying little braggart with all the manners of a kobold foundling, which I still do, but because I needed the time to finish my work without distraction. So tell me, what did I miss? Apparently a hunt being up. I see, perhaps I judged Kyokuho too hastily. I still have my reservations, but I shall afford him the benefit of the doubt, for now. The teachings of the Geomancy may be grounded in fairy tales and falsehoods, but my grandfather told me that every lie is born of the truth. If I can find the truth when Kyokuho's backwards beliefs, I may provide insight into her own school of thought. I see now that my choice to assign you this tutor was a wise decision. Might I ask this of you, Arya? I promise that once the symposium has ended, I shall assume the duties of Kyokuho's tutelage. I sense good fortune in our stars, my friend. Good fortune indeed. I could go to it, but I'm pretty sure I've already shown this one, so I'm not going to. It's my main character. I really need Esprit kills on, not this one. Ride like the wind. Arya, I see you received my summons. No, I literally just stood here for 2 seconds. You didn't receive my summons? 12 damage, Jean de Quenard to the 7th hell and back. He's going to forgive me. There shall be sufficient time for the condemnation of his soul after 11th bell starts. For now, I must speak to you of Kyokuho's training. Despite appearances and attitude and manners and courting habits, our traveler from the east has proven quite motivated in the study of our ways. In fact, while you're off doing whatever it is you do, he successfully opened the next 4 gates of heaven. Anyway, preparations for the symposium have left me with little time to pick the boy's mind. I've nevertheless managed to fully grasp the primitive concept of geomancy. In fact, I plan on incorporating several of the ideas as anecdotes into my presentation. It is what my father would have wanted. Now, as to why I've called you here, Kyokuho is very close to tuning the final heaven, the spear, and I think it only fitting that his instructor be there to accompany him during his finest moment. Because I'm obviously too occupied at the moment, I thought perhaps you could join him in my stead. That's settled. You should guide young Kyokuho on his final steps to glory and enlightenment, just as I did with you those many moons ago. Follow me outside, Arya, and let's bring our good friend the tidings together. That's odd. I could have sworn he was right here but a moment ago. Fleury! Have you seen Kyokuho? Fleury! Are you even listening to me? If it is Rahingan the novitiate you seek, he heard out the Athenium side entrance not 5 heartbeats past. He was quite animated, even more than usual. A veritable one-man, a mummer's tragedy, all full of jumping and filling and pumping of fists. What could have unsettled the boy so? I suppose it might have been that letter I handed him. It was delivered just this morning. Kyokuho skimmed over it quickly, asked me several cursory questions about the heaven of eyes, to which I gave several cursory answers, and then was gone. And you did not try and stop him? Why would I? He was leaving. If my intuition is correct, and it usually is, something that missive has led Kyokuho to believe that he does not have much time left in the Yours yet, and has set out for the Steel Vigil and might open the final gate and complete his training before he departs our realm. Arya, it looks as if our plan is already set in motion to the Central Highlands. Ironically, I'm about to pass right by where that S rank was. It's dead now, but yeah. Let's go to the Steel Vigil. Oh wait, no. Wrong area. Thinking dusk, not... Yeah. Okay, I'm thinking the wrong one. Nope, we weren't about to pass by it. Oh, hello. Let's buff up here then. Alright. Not lag like that would be great, actually. was one of the new level 60 to 70 skills we got. Earthly Star. Basically can sit around for up to 20 seconds and do a bunch of damage and also heal. You can fire it early. If you fire it before 10 seconds, it is a bit weaker. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. You just have to obviously place it in place and hope that the enemies don't move out of it before it goes off. And you see it moving, you just throw like, no, hit, and you usually miss anyway. Alright, this is the second time you have saved me from my folly. Well, technically speaking, as the first. You were merely standing around as lately they healed my wounds last time. Right, I'll stop there. I know it makes a little sense to leave without saying anything, despite the fact that you, Layla Beva, and Jean de Quinard all were mere yawns from where I stood. Some stories are already told, and who are we to struggle against the ebb and flow that carries us ever toward our fate? Alright, that was a poor excuse. The truth is, I've been summoned back to my homeland and was too ashamed to face those who had showed me so much support. And so I thought to come here, opening the gate to the final heaven, and then take the next trading galley out of Uldal before any of you realized I was gone. As you can see, things did not unfold as planned. So you're here. Perhaps we can have one last lesson for old time's sake. We'll just go over the origins again. A palace of ice ablaze with the light of the moon, and you say it was carved by a single sphere? Remarkable. Remarkable. It's as if the more I learn of your stars, the less I know. To think that this may be the last I ever see of your heavens. I'm beginning to understand why your people treasure them so. And with the opening of the 6th, prepare my mind and soul for the 7th. The final gate will lead to true dominion over the elements. Or so Layla Beva insists. Our conversations have been eye-opening, to say the least. She theorizes that our two schools may actually be one and the same. Whereas Astrologians look to the stars above to read their fates, we Geomancers look to the star below and listen to its songs and draw our answers from its whispers. Well, I'm certain my masters back in Hingashi would cringe upon hearing that a Westerner of not 20 summoners believes she has grasped 1,000 generations of teaching. I am more than willing to indulge her eccentricities now that I know she means no ill will. I only wish that would have had more time to possibly see if there some way we could have combined our time to create our knowledge to create something new, something the world has never seen before, seen. The words were all there. And with that, I bid you, Layla Beva, Quimpinon, Muginel, Softskin, Valere, sweet live yet. I saw a shop on the 2nd floor, always mumbling, there's a fate on top of me, about some star's magnitude, even John de Quinard, the fondest of farewells. I have a long journey ahead of me, and if I do not leave now, I fear I'll never be able to. Oh. Just gave me the message again. Now it's gonna take a second to load because there's a fate on top of me. Yeah. I guess I could do it. Sure. I probably shouldn't be Sunbreaker without sort of healing, especially since I kinda lack Aurora at this level. Oh, hello, achievement. Alright, so this is Farah's Fall. I don't remember if I've ever shown it, so I'm gonna show it now because I can. There's Farah. This is a chain fate into the chain. I believe gives an achievement. Let's see if I can grab the ass. This does make it the easiest way for me to make sure. Oh, right. That's why I'm grabbing nothing. Forgot level syncing. Off my thing. But yeah, chain fate here in Puertas. So I don't remember. I guess if I see an achievement, I'll know I probably showed this before. But hey, I am still about to pull this, aren't I? Hello, buddy. I don't have a healer. Could be interesting. I got Brutal Shell, it's cool. He slows. He does! Oh, that's hot, actually. Pretty sweet that he's... Hey! Someone from outside is healing me. Cool. Always nice. Oh, hello, Stun. Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't think all these stunnings are helping because he's just spamming, like, everything. Oh, I avoided Granite Rain. Cool. Hero's like, I'm not gonna do any distractions during the Astrologian quest, and I'm here doing Spara because I have to be here while I was here. Good job, Brittany. I welcome the one taking us the wall. Granite Rain is a knockback, so that's not taking us against the wall. Actually, no, it's just because it's a polite thing to do as a tank. Just kind of pull it off to the side. You get this crappy camera, so everyone else gets good cameras. Whoa! We can actually go back there. Okay. No. Yeah, I don't know who's stunning that guy, but... He's about to throw off my arms like here. I need to get out of the attack spam. Another Granite Rain, another dodge. Another slow. I'm about to take it back there, actually. And I'm gonna line side the healer. Never mind, I'm not gonna take it back there. The healer is gonna get really annoying because I'm just gonna line side them. I don't know what I'm gonna do though. I can. If he'll cooperate. Oop, now he's not gonna move back, is he? Frizzle is really handy when it comes to tanking. Finally, this has to push Mara back. Keep moving your bosses like this. Come on, buddy. Yeah, come on. Thank you. maybe. No. Farah, why you do this to me? Move. Stop going that way. This is being very uncooperative. That was Farah. I've done it before, it looks like. Anyway. That was a fun distraction. You are back, but I do not see Kyoko. Is he out fawning over Fleury again? I'm back in Hingashi. I cannot say this is unexpected. The deck of 60 told me as much this morning. That, and I asked Jana Kanad what was written in the letter. What you thought him above reading another's correspondence? You give him far too much credit where none is due. Kyoko is not a child. He knew what was coming to Eorzea. What coming to Eorzea would entail. He knew that he would one day need to return to his homeland. While we may not have always agreed, alright, almost never agreed, I did kind of respect the man and not his, steely resolve. Allow him his space. If the stars deem it fitting, then he will be back. Perhaps next will be our turn for journeying over storm and sea. Okay, well that wraps up that quest anyway. He's gone? Without saying goodbye? I cannot believe it. I will not believe it. Oh, what I would not give to have but one last moment with my brother, my soulmate, my Leveva told you I read this letter. Oh, well then, yes. It will pain me to tell the other novitiates that Kyoko has returned to his native lands far away on the other side of the world. I even need to personally comfort those most stricken with grief by a sudden and tragic departure. But truth be told, I'm gonna miss having it hanging around. He certainly did liven the place up. Godspeed, Kyoko. May your return journey leave you miserable and wet, but see you safely home. Come rain or shine. Well, your visit fills my heart with joy, Arya. I cannot bring myself to smile knowing that Leveva is troubled so. Though she should be spending these final days before the symposium placing the final touches on her dress to the vault, she instead spends her time wandering about the pillars and days, mumbling herself about earth, wind, and water. For the Kyoko's departure has left a gap in Leveva's heart that she knows not how to fill. I have tried at length to set her mind at ease, but one need not be a reader of stars to guess how well that is. Perhaps if you spoke with her, she would finally listen to reason. Where is she? Down there. Cool. Arya, to what do I owe the honor? No, let me guess. Her good friend Jana Quinard has asked you to talk some sense into poor idle Pedo Leveva. Oh, and oh goody! Today I had the privilege of being lectured by both of you. Why, Leveva and Arya! Imagine finding you two out here in this fair morning. Enough with the theatrics, Jean. I know your play here, and I've told you time and time again. I have not forgotten my duty to Athenaeum or my obligation to the symposium. I simply need time to think. Alone. To which I keep replying, well, I think alone we have one of the greatest minds in the realm at your disposal. And Arya! The greatest minds, eh? Then riddle me this. Why are the results of my reading from that day both Arya and Kyoko arrived still weighing on my mind? Why does it feel as if I am missing, or rather misinterpreting some devilishly important detail? Peace comes, friends are made, dangers pass are trodden, knowledge is gained. Did that not already occur? And Kyoko and Arya both arrive as the Dragon Song War ends. Arya saves Kyoko from death, Steel Vigil, and knowledge of Geomancy is shared with Athenaeum. Athenaeum, stop doing that. Yes, but whether the coming destruction told by the inverted spire was not the incident at the Citadel, but something else. Something far more grave. That would mean the prophecy's fruit of knowledge and hope was not Kyoko's stories of his art. Something different. Something we will only see by continuing on this perilous path? But is it truly the path is disastrous, or a decision to pursue it? A big promotion is just around the corner. Oh my gosh, are we seriously going fortune cookie? At the end of the path, disaster is hope. exactly what I was thinking. Only through the avoidance of some unforeseen peril will hope and knowledge be acquired. And I believe the disaster in question has something to do with Kyoko's return home, not the return itself. It could also mean that our friend is in danger. I see where you're going with this, and while I loved a red-robed ruckus rouser as much as anyone, except Flore perhaps, a journey at this time would mean the cancellation of our symposium, and without any chance of the Holy See ever taking us seriously. And now you see why I've been up here day and night, biting my nails to the quick. I apologize. A lack of sleep can work ill on one's humors, but I think your intervention here today may have provided me a solution to our predicament. A solution that I'm now kicking myself for not coming to earlier. A solution that I myself proposed not days ago when deciding how I might attend Kyoko's opening of the Sixth Heaven. Arya will travel to Hingashi. Ray did mention friends old and friends new. I recall nothing in there about the silver-haired Astrologian from Astrologian. And how do you propose Arya will find a charge? The Far East is a big place. Perhaps we could write a letter? Yes, and there's to Kyoko and Kashi. No, you dullard. We have something far better. We have the stars and our undying faith that will guide us to what we seek. That which we seek. Or Arya could start searching Kugane, the port city from which Kyoko claimed he came, focusing on locations which serve as exceptional venues for stargazing, a pastime our friend warmed to during his stay with us. Or Arya could... No, wait. That is actually a decent proposal. Arya, have your quest. The stars guide you true, and I will expect reports. Many reports. Let's rip it. Alright, maybe after a few bells, rest first. Alright. Let's go to Kugane then. Kugane is packed like a warehouse with multi-story hostels and tea houses, so the cobbles will never afford a man a decent view of the skies. No, if you want to see the heavens in all their glory, you must make your way up. Take this bridge behind me. There, atop that mighty span, the stars await. The street faces directly west of Kugane Castle, out towards the ruby tide and over beyond. So the application was determined by a great geomancer who told the first Bugyo, placing it there would ensure the city's prosperity for generations to come. Hello. When I wish to walk under the stars, I go with my promise to the Tassogar bridge spanning yon here. The melting of crimson into indigo is a sight you will not soon forget. Alright. If it is the stars you seek, then you need only look up. The fit is a fool you seek when he calls himself a master of wind and water, when in fact he is nothing more than a cheat, a liar, and a disgrace to our noble profession. So you might find the rat we're all wrapped tied near the piers. Okay. If you say so. That's a wall, Rinny. That's up, Rinny. I see someone has taken my spot. I may just have to slit her throat and toss her body to the side. I've only pulled your arm, Arya. Or was it ear? You Westerners have such odd sayings. What brings you so far from home? Path fraught with disaster, misfortune, impending doom. Yes, well, the situation may not be as encouraging as my jovial demeanor suggests. It all began several decades ago when the Bakufu decided they were opening the port to foreign trade vessels. To accommodate the influx of ships, a section of ancient coastline forest was cleared. However, doing so endangered the entity who had guarded the woods for countless generations, a golden fox named Kinko. Wait a second. A great battle ensued, but Claws and Fang were no match for cold steel. Kinko was slain and the new port completed. Fox's spirit, however, remained, spoiling our milk, withering our crops, causing storms to dash ship after ship against our rocky cliffs. In desperation, the Bakufu turned to the land's most powerful geomancer, my great-grandpa, their cousin. Kazan used the power of the sea, the skies, and the land to soothe the spirit long enough that he could erect an invisible barrier that not only protected the city, but ensured that it would prosper. At once, the fortunes of Kugani's citizens returned. My great-grandfather was hailed as a hero and Geomancy as the savior of our nation. Within a matter of moons, the streets were lined with the stalls and tents of would-be seers, people practically throwing coin at them for advice and blessings. These pretenders, those charlatans, were not interested in the sacred rites passed down by my great-grandfather from his great-grandfather and his great-grandfather before him. They were not interested in maintaining the barrier to preserve Kugani's luster and drove back the powers that would see it fall. No, they were more interested in lining their pockets. And now? Now the bonds that hold the barrier in place are about to break, and there is none left with the knowledge to mend them. The knowledge that died with the passing of my grandfather. And so I set out to convince the Geomasters of Kugani that only united will we discover the means to save our fair city. That only united will we stave off the darkness and bring lasting prosperity to one and all. That only unity would my great-grandfather's legacy live on. Last I failed, branded deceiver by those very men and women who had grown fat on deceit, and able to mend the bonds myself, nor arouse my peers' action. I stood on this very bridge and thought on an answer. I saw it in the setting sun. My answer lay in the west. So I packed my bags and headed to Eorzea in search of something, anything, that might help me save Kugani. Believe that something astrologian. Before I could be certain, I was summoned home. This you already know. Since then, I've been coming here every night, hoping the stars might provide me with another revelation. They remain silent, Arya. The heavens speak through you. Tell me, what do they say? Use astrology to strengthen the barrier. That's brilliant! I don't know why I didn't think of that. If only there was one thing I had learned in Ishgard, as the Western astrology is in many ways a complement to Geomancy. Used together, they might just... Fortunately, the compass is all I had time to learn before the letter arrived. How to actually harness and wield the power of the stars was a lesson conveniently scheduled for the day after I returned home. But you know all the spells, right? You did help me mend the barrier. Great-grandfather, I found a way to make things right. Well then, we have no time to lose. My great-grandfather created his barrier by anchoring the energies of wind, water, and earth to 4 shrines located in the north, east, and south and west of the city. It is there that the bonds must be repaired. We shall begin with nearby westerly shrine on the shore pier. Down there somewhere, maybe. Oh, of course. This is one of the shrines of which I spoke. It may not look like much, but if it were to be destroyed, the terrace would be overrun with large tentacled raccoon dogs and flying rainbow cats, or possibly just angry spirits. The plan is simple. If I'm correct, the strongest barrier the stars can create is through the use of aspect of benefit while under the influence of the Nocturnal Sect. Ooh, this quest might get interesting with Endwalker when they're pushing Astrologian to being a peer healer like White Mage instead of a shield healer like Scholar and Sage is going to be. Huh. Anyway. We shall wait until nightfall to perform the rite, or for the last thing we need is a drunken run and breaking your concentrations. Quickly check the shrine and mend its condition. I gotta do something first. Okay, Nocturnal Sect. It was benefit, right? Yeah. Alright, use the benefit under the... It's worse than I thought. This speed with which the bonds deteriorate increases with each passing day. At this rate, it will not survive the next new moon. Magics intertwine like two halves of a whole. That's the very strength at the Southerly Shrine. Alright. La la la. I assume there's a reason we're in the instance, because we're gonna be set upon by enemies, right? There it is. Hi. Know what to do. Attune with the shrine to determine the extent of the bond's damage. Oh, hey, look! Evil spirit. Services of Bot are many of the first westerly bond missiles that are required. Now, Arya, before more are summoned. Step aside, I shall complete the ritual. I'm just gonna stay right here, run in circles around you while I wait. Onward to Kugani Castle. Oh my gosh. Oh hey look, fleeting spirits. Here's I spoke so soon. Kiko knows what we do, and sending our minions out? Of course. Try and not stray too far from my side, if not for your safety, for mine. You're gonna be that useless to me, I guess. Yeah, I guess this is why I have an instance. Also, of course, knifing. Why don't they at least link? Ah, make me do this one by one. Oh, come on, game. I was in combat there. I got nonsense. I guess they're like, oh, having him link will be too tough for a healer. Hey, the shrine! Yay! Only the angry spirit decided to watch me. Do this. I'm not a big fan of Nocturnal, but hey, here we are. What was it? Oh, there's no end of them. I know it kind of have a bloody history, but I think that it does still linger. Alright, Arya, let's put the shrine behind us. I fear... Fear every moment we tarry, the stronger Kinko's gaze upon this growth. But my eyes, friend. I must now concentrate on the anger. Oh, hey, look, conveniently everything just reappeared. There is but one shrine remains, the northerly. As you know or do not, the north is where all ill fortune gathers. With most resistance there, prepare yourself. Guess I'll just follow the enemies to where I need to go. Also, there's like guards over there, so conveniently place guards. You almost saw it. Very well. It's in view. Now for the bad to come out, right? Hello. It's the Hunayure model. Oh, wait! Wait, fell down into the dark. That's like a shrine, doesn't it? I could be using that, but it's like, can not breathe easy until your masters are casting and complete a barrier. Deep breath, Kyoko. You can do this. We did it! Strengthen my great grandfather's barrier and through the golden box. Yay! Alright, a fine display. Fine indeed. If it were I, might have used gravity instead of malefic when the foul creature had. Alright, I'll just be saying that tongue of mine again. There was only one enemy though. Kyoko! I was told there were spirits in the streets. You arrived just as their vanquished. How fortunate. Ah, yes, Master Mirakuma. Bonds are mended, made stronger and with Western magics. And a little shoulder grease, or was it knuckle grease? Are you? Western magics, and this Asian lady is. None other! And wait until you see their reinforced bonds. The energies twist together with ours like the sun and moon, and darkness like darkness and light. They are as one master. That was right to summon you home. Pardon my intrusion, traveler. I am Mirakuma, second pupil of the great Kazan, and instructor the young Kyoko. With Kugane safe, I can now return to Ishiguro to complete my training as Astrologian. Huzzah! Absolutely not. Well, you have mended the weakened bonds for now. The flaw in them remains. Unless you expect your friend here to remain in Kugane for the remainder of her life, then you'll find a more permanent solution. In other words, bonds must be laid anew. But you know as well as I, the secret to laying those bonds died with my grandfather. Not a day goes by that I do not suffer the burden of my ineptitude. Had I shown promise in the art as your grandfather did, perhaps Kazan would have entrusted me with the knowledge as well. But he did not, and now they are both gone. We can lament that which we cannot change, or we cannot put aside our past failures and seek the path which leads us forward. My master is right. Perhaps there is something in my grandfather's tomes, or perhaps I may still find a way to win over the other Geomancers to our cause. There is always hope, is there not? If anything, you've given us time to search for an answer. For that, I am grateful. So you would be as well if they knew you had saved them from an army of angry wraiths looking to devour the souls and defecate their bones straight to the darkest of hells. In his haste to find a difficult answer, he looks past a simple one right before his eyes. It may take Kyoko time to realize it, but you are the hope with which we seek. in time you will come to see it as well. Let me ask. Please, pray return to Ishgard, right? Nope. No, just the Kyoko. Cool. So I guess this is farewell, unless that is you're staying. You're staying? She's staying! Master, she's staying! Quit changing your mind. No, don't tell me. Knowing that you will be here with me and my master, Mirakomo, is enough. So I begin to worry what I would do. Next time, the city was invaded by Kinko's minions. The master can barely make his way out of the privy each morning, let alone bloodlusting specters. Now that you mention it, this all reminds me of that reading Lady Leveva conducted the morning I arrived at the observatory. Something about friendly paths lined with dangerous fruit bushes, winding their way to hope. The stars had predicted all this. If so, I'm impressed. I will need to think more on the issue. Until then, might I suggest you continue the refinement of your art here in the city of Kangashi? You'll find our beasts just as formidable as yours in the west, if not doubly so. Oh my goodness. Okay. We have behind door number 2. I have some good news and some bad news. Alright, the bad news is, 37th reading of my grandfather's tomes failed to reveal anything about the bonds that the previous 36 readings had not. Good news, if you can call it that. So we did discover where Grandmaster Kazan conducted his training when he was a youth. How does this help us? Good question. I'm still not completely certain myself, but it is more than we had the last time you were here, and an ounce of hope is better than none at all. So, please, Sam, say friend, are you out for a journey across the Ruby Sea? I knew you couldn't turn me down, so the road ahead won't be easy. Yangsha is large, and the scars of war run deep along the Gensui chain. It may be that which might have helped us. Helped has already been claimed by Flame. We'll have to place faith in our fortunes and hope they can guide us true. I've decided we shall begin our search in the mine for the reason that, well, there is no reason. We have to start somewhere, eh? I'll show you there. Safe journey, Arya. Okay, let's go to the mine then. Air is heavy with mist, and these shacks probably let in more rain than they keep out. Something like a tome won't survive with a single moon here, let alone the decades since my great-grandfather's training. Still, a few words with the village elders provided an interesting bit of information. Though it required some coaxing, several were able to recall memories of robed seers who resided in a nearby temple that was in use right up until the Garlean invasion and subsequent banning of all religion. The building, called the Swallow's Compass, while still it's abandoned, still remains in good repair. Listen to this. Locals avoided for fear of disturbing the spirits with which they believe the Geomancers commune. Do you know what this means? There could still be something left inside. Come! Alright, well, if we're going on the Swallow's Compass, then... Oh, hey, Kinko. Then I'm going to the Doman Enclave and going that way around. Any hunt here? No hunt here. Okay. See, that was just way faster than going all the way around. Oh, there he is. The Swallow's Compass, built during the rule of the first Roman king. I took liberty to explore the grounds before you arrived and discovered this door. I know, it pales in comparison to that impressive gate behind us, compelling any normal thief or bandit to dismiss it outright. But then why erect a geomantic field to protect it? A sense of flow of powerful energies here. Whatever lies behind this door, the Geomancers wanted to keep it safe. In fact, there may even be traps, which is why only I should attempt a crossing of the threshold. I mean, who knows what terrible guardians have been summoned to protect the temple. Alright, I am ready. Ah! Wasn't actually expecting that. I can't even silence it. Hello. That. Pop that. guess that's why they asked if I was ready. I'm like, whoa, wait. Wait. Well, I guess now we know what terrible guardians were summoned to protect the temple. You'll also be happy to hear I was able to temporarily nullify the barrier, granting access into the chamber beyond. As there may be more traps, I ask that you wait out here and deal with them for me. Just kidding. I've already checked. There are no more traps. Probably. Fortune is with us, Arya. The scrolls were intact, the barrier having protected them from both the elements and thieves. Took some searching, but I believe was able to locate several that touch upon the laying of geomantic bonds. At least I think I was able to. The script on these scrolls is old and faded, not to mention written in hand far beyond my comprehension. But luckily, Master Murakumo is almost as ancient as the tomes and should have little difficulty prizing out their secrets. A decanter or 6 of hot sake and he'll warm to the task. I'll see you back at Shiokaze Hostelry. Arya, I'll even save you a cup. Kyokuho, the Western has joined us. I suggest you do the same. Oh, my apologies, Arya. You may want to sit down for this. Or not. Doesn't matter. Nothing really matters, does it? The scrolls, they contain knowledge of the complete ritual. In fact, it was the very first one. Just our luck, right? Wind, water, earth, creation of the bonds, call for the energies of all three. This much, even a first-year novice of geomancy could tell you. No, what gave us pause was the mention of a fourth energy. An energy that rendered the seal permanent. Kyokuho. Life. Don't you see, Arya? They spilled living blood to complete the ritual. They damned a soul to an eternity without peace so that their magics would not fade. I now understand why Grandmaster Kazan left no notes on the rites. He did not wish this knowledge to fall into the wrong hands. And because he never performed the rites himself, the bonds anchoring the barrier around Kugane were never completed. And that is why they require constant attention. No blood was spilled to make them everlasting. My great-grandfather would not sacrifice even a single life to achieve his ends, and neither will I. It's enough, Kyokuho. There will be time to think on this with the Mara. Return to Kogane Dore and see if you can find some solace in sleep. Whew. This Astrologian quest has gone rather geomantic, wouldn't y'all say? Failed, just as did my great-grandfather, and my grandfather after him. We all knew that one means of creating a flawless barrier, and none of us could bring ourselves to do it. And though the bonds were strengthened but several nights passed, already they had begun to loosen and fray. They were weak for overlong, allowing Kinko to regain her strength, to mend her wounds, to feed her anger. And now there is naught we can do but watch as she gathers her minions for a final assault on the land she once ruled. Kugane does not stand a chance. And now would be a good time for us to stumble across the hope that Lady Oveva's reading promise would be at the end of this road to destruction. Alright, Fox, fire. Hurry, I think the stars, you are finally here. I know it's only been like 5 seconds since we talked, but it's been almost 4 bells since Master Murakumo left on his daily inspection of the bonds. He most likely just stopped to warm his belly along the way, but I can't help wondering if something worse. Will you help me search for the old man? And continue to search the shrine in the Rakuse Gardens. Sure. Well, any sign of him? I mean, you were standing right here. Could he be? You don't suppose he tried anything foolish to you? But the bonds as weak as they are, any manner of disturbance could arouse the Golden Fox, and the Master is no longer of an age to defend himself. Defend himself against what? A maid could walk the streets naked and unattended, carrying a gold-filled sack, and not have so much as a finger laid upon her. Why are you spreading more lies about angry spirits to self-fear, so that you might offer your protection in exchange for a Bugyo's ransom? Done no such thing. I've merely bid my fellow geomancers aid the city in this time of need. Not once have I asked compensation for what I seek. If anything, it is you who seek to prey on the citizenry's innocent ignorance. So this is a talentless hack who waves his great-grandfather's name around like he does. He's a member. Your lies are growing stale, Kyokoho. Continue spelling them, and not only do you sully our craft, but the very legacy of Grandmaster Cosm. What would he say to this nonsense? Are you even listening to me? Why is no one listening to me? All I desire is to mend my great-grandfather's magic and save Kugane. I do not seek coin. I do not seek fame. Why is it so hard for you to grasp? We're wasting our time here, Arya. Let's continue the search for Master Miyakomo at the Westerly Shrine. Why are they so mean? Oh, hey. Found them. Master Miyakomo, are you hurt? The bond was nearly undone. I tried to, but Kinko, she's here. She's already through. We need to perform the blood ritual. It's the only way. No, I already told you. My great-grandfather spurned the spilling of innocent blood to complete the seal, and so have I. Besides, even if we were to conduct a ritual, there is no one to sacrifice. I shall be the sacrifice, Kyoko. For the many years since your grandfather passed, my sole purpose has been to find the means to mend Cosm's barrier. It would be the greatest honor knowing that with my death, I might not only save the city, but be granted the opportunity to watch over it for eternity. As my outfit clips through my wrist. No, I can't let you die, Master. Listen to what you're saying, Kyokoho. You cannot let me die. I want to do this. It is my decision to make and mine alone. Let not this selfishness in your heart distract you from what needs to be done. You're wrong, Master. There must be another way. There is always another way. There is always hope. Right, Arya? Tell me, how do we save Kugane? Use astrology. Stop focusing on the bonds and look through the fox? What do you mean, Arya? What she means? I'll tell you exactly what she means. Leo Vema, wait, Leo Vema? Your powers of observation never cease to amaze me, Kyokoha. This me in the flesh, fresh off a galley put into port this very morn. My symposium was a rousing success, the vault quick to realize the benefits of my school's wisdom could bring when applied to the rebuilding of Ishgard. It's even decided that several new courses in Charlian astrology were to be taught in the Scholasticate starting next term. And so, with my father's dream fulfilled, I was finally free to pursue whatever I wished, and I wished to learn more of geomancy, so here I am, and not a moment too soon by the looks of it. In a few bells I spent exploring the city for leads as to your whereabouts, I learned more and more about our pretender and his nigh advocacy, so began testing the bonds of this barrier myself. It's not taken long to realize it was Kyoko who was leaking verily, and his detractors, the true pretenders. So you'll help us mend the bonds? But how? Arya and I have already tried using energies drawn from the heavens. It only works to delay the inevitable. The guardian spirit strength has grown so great that the only thing that might hold her now is a new barrier anchored with bonds of lifeblood. But this I cannot allow. As always, Kyokoho, your hasty charge into a difficult answer blinds you from the simple solution. For so long, you focused on mending your great-grandfather's bonds when you should have focused on Kinko herself. For Wrathguard to quell, then the barrier will no longer be needed. In the heavens, there exist two sects which influence the type of energy that dominates the plane, nocturnal and diurnal. The former draws energies from the moon with the power to repel and protect. My guess is that this is what you and Arya used to mend the bonds before. The second sect, however, the diurnal, draws energy from the sun, energy to calm and to heal. So, you're saying if we use aspect of benefit under the diurnal sect, it will soothe Kinko so that we may convince her to stay her attack? Giving you time to relay your great-grandfather's bloodless bonds, but it will only work if Kinko is first weakened herself. Right, weaken! Wait, weaken? But won't attacking Kinko and their minions simply anger the spirit even more? Before something can be healed, it must first be hurt. It's a sound plan, Kyokoho, and if it turns out you still need to prepare a sacrifice, There will be no sacrificing tonight, tomorrow, or ever. The stars have foretold our victory and will provide us the strength we need to see our enemy overcome. That's what I like to hear. Follow me then to Kugane Castle. The spirits are certain to be drawn there. You could have walked me over there for free. I would have greatly appreciated that. Neat. No item level sync. The very hells have opened! Who will save us? Tenkonto! I just walked up those steps for a final showdown. Walked up all the steps for a final showdown at Kugane Castle. Now we have to walk all the way back down to right, mouth shut. Kinko will seek to draw our attention away from her by sowing chaos in the streets. Kyokuho, focus your energies on the block. Arya, you make swift work of her angry supplicants. Should probably do both with support from the rear. Kinko's attacking people to Kugane. We have to save him. Oh hey, Kinko Kugane is aggro to me. My thing actually reinterpreted it. I know, I'm silenced. My stuff doesn't hit them. Can I get a useful card, please? Thank you. Yes, this way? Oh, hello. What is this I smell? The blood of he who dared keep me from my rightful domain, cousin. The fox thinks I'm my great-grandfather, and it doesn't appear she's all that thrilled to see me. Your influence near forgotten nor forgiven. With you, I shall devour first. Okay, I got a useful card. That's the thing about being in enforced combat. You can get your divination ready at any time. So nice. Alright. Hurry, we must not afford her time to heal her wounds. On to divination. No, it's very the golden fox again. Oscillation. Yes, this is also the model of the one boss in Siren Song. But always think of this the re-array. So divination actually didn't exist when this quest originally came out. It was the old card system. Look there! So overwhelming are her wrath and anguish that they have taken shape. a way, I guess it's kind of made it easier. Wrath is quelled. This light is warm. Anguish is taking shape. Anguish is quelled. Flames within recede the morning tide. Is that actually hitting them? I guess it does, doesn't it? Cool. But yeah, this would have been made with old Astrologian. That was an Geomancer, but they heavily reworked the job with Shadowbringers, so. Man finally learned his power need not only be used. Oh yeah, cast affected benefit. Alright, tap into Nocturnal and got its energies into Kinko. Oh, okay, that just make me actually take me out of combat so I can switch sixth. So that's I might actually I'd have to redo it all. I'm actually curious how they're gonna work this quest come the next Astrologian rework with Endwalker, which is going to happen before this actually goes up. So I'm curious about that because this obviously heavily relies on both Diurnal and Nocturnal, and those aren't going to exist because they're making Astrologian a pure healer like White Mage, or so they say. Kinko is calm. Now lay the bonds and complete your great grandfather's ritual. Because they want to make Sage and Scholar the two shield healers, which means making Astrologian not have shields. So, be curious to see how this quest will work once that's a thing. May the rivers of heaven and earth, wind and water flow together as one. May their currents cleanse the land of its impurities and see it ever guarded. May the wrath that once held rule be carried to the seas where it be forgotten for eternity. It is done. Together we have saved Kugani, and with it torn down the walls that separate our two schools. This will be a day long remembered, the day a new hope was born. Right here. Cool. I don't know how to begin to thank you, both of you. Normally I would say that this is uncharacteristic display of humility is more than enough thanks, but I still require one thing in return for my assistance. I promise that this is not the end. Of course it's not the end. This is just the beginning. A new beginning for both Geomancy and Astrology. There's so much to be done. First, we'll need to write down all that happened here today, then they'll need to... So Kugane, not bad. Jeanne Quinan, what in the seventh heaven's name are you doing here? I explicitly say in my letter that you were not to follow me. Well, Eva, I'm disappointed. You of all people should know. Had you wanted me to stay put, you should have rather demanded that I come. Yes, whatever was I thinking? May I say that I am honored to have before me the foremost authorities on astrology. Their display last night taught me that there's still much I must learn about my own school. Something I would not have been able to had I allowed myself to be sacrificed. Kyokuho, I want to apologize. There, I said it. Still despise you and that smirk of yours, but I can see I was mistaken about you being a pretender. You have talent, almost as much as I do. You will make a worthy rival. Coming from you, Yudoko, I'll take that as a compliment. Lady Veva, under any other circumstances, I would be on a bark headed back to Eorzea this very evening to complete my training as an astrologian. There's something I need to do first. Just as you fought to educate Ishgard on your school, I must do the same here in Kugane with mine. A geomancy unfaithful to the teachings of the masters has poisoned this city for too long. A wise decision, one that was surely not easy for you to make. Take as much time as you need, Kyokuho. See the ship righted. See truth prevail. The stars will guide you back to us when the hour is right. Don't you worry, Layla Veba. Give me a few summers and I'll have an entire army of geomancers trained by yours truly lining up at your desk. An entire army of Kyokuhos. What? Is that a problem? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm just here witnessing it. Yeah, hello. But just like that, I'm also gonna learn. First, I have Geomancy secret insightful to your own field. You learn Slave Draw. This concludes the Astrologian quest for Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. In order to undertake the next stage of this quest, you must first meet the following requirements. You must have registered a product key for Shadowbringers. Must have completed the main scenario quest, Shadowbringers. You must have completed the role quest, The Soul of Temperance. Once you have done so, the next Astrologian quest will be available from Jonic Menard. So, Sleeve Draw. Sleeve Draw is useful. It used to be way more useful. So, draws a card from your Divining deck. You now draw an Arcana if you are aligned with its seal of Arcana. When aligned with all three seals, any Arcana may be drawn. So, basically, like right now, say I hit the moon. That would forces a seal you do not already have. What it used to do is it used to draw 3 cards in a row, and that was like way more useful. This is now just 1 card every 180 seconds, but you get a forced one, and it's become a little more situational. And it also does recover the 8% MP, because that's how they're kind of making it for the fact that Astrologian is a little bit more MP expensive. But yeah, so that's Sleeve Draw. I still miss Old Sleeve Draw. It was really nice. Just because you could pop 3 cards in a row, and it really helps you hit divination super fast. And yeah. So that does conclude Astrologian for Stormblood. What will be next? Well, there's only 2 jobs left, so I mean, it's a 50-50 on the guess on what it's gonna be. So thank you for watching! If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and/or subscribing. If you really enjoyed it, consider supporting the channel. Also, it greatly helps with keeping content like this and more. You can find the links for that in the description below with links to the on social media. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Adios!